PEI.
I don't know.
How do I sit? I've never sat before.
I'm not allowed to sit on the boat. I gotta work.
Gotta work, I know. You'll be working soon, Julie Ann.
I hope so.
We're gearing up for setting day.
We are.
We are. All the traps are out and about.
They're stacked and just waiting.
In North Rustico.
They've been waiting.
They have been waiting. We're waiting a little bit longer. You're running into the tell age-old story of maybe.
The hurry up and wait.
The hurry up and wait.
It's an island tradition, really.
It is. More on that later. Yeah. But it is spring setting day, and I thought I got to get down here and talk to Julie Ann about what's going on.
What is going on?
And what is going on in your life right now, Julie Ann, with setting day and all of that?
It's a chaotic time.
Yeah.
But it's fun. It's like the Christmas for fishermen, really.
Oh, do you have presents? Lobster.
Lobster. Those little red things.
Those little red things?
Yeah. It's a delicious present.
Yes.
Well worth the wait.
Uh-huh.
That first taste every year is just like the greatest thing.
Nothing like it.
It's the stuff dreams are made of.
It is.
I tell you.
It is. So what does a day in the life of Julie Ann look like right now anyway?
Right now, well, it's been a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
We have been ready for a while.
Okay.
So, originally, we were supposed to be putting the traps in the water on April 25th. That was setting day target. We're a little beyond that right now.
Yeah.
Just kind of waiting on daily calls with DFO to determine when exactly this is
when are
happen.
we fishing?
When is it happening? So we've been ready. We've stacked the traps on the wharf.
Yeah.
We have tagged them. We've got everything ready to go. We're kind of in a bit of a limbo with the bait situation right now because you don't want to get the bait out too early and have it spoil before it's time to put it in the water. So as soon as we get the green light, I think we'll be starting to cut bait and prep. And then the day before setting day, what we do is we get the first load on the boats.
Yeah.
So we bait the traps as we put them on the boat, and then we tie them all on as they get stacked, and we'll get probably half-ish in the first load.
Okay.
We don't like to go too crazy. Like setting day is a dangerous enough day as it is, so we don't need to be stacking the traps like super high just to like look cool.
Right.
It really isn't.
It's not cool.
It's really not cool.
A bunch of
safety
losers.
Safety is paramount.
Safety is cool.
Safety is cool.
Safety is
It
cool.
is very important.
Yeah, let's get into that. Ooh, let's get into the safety part of lobster fishing and setting day in particular, right? Because there's lots of people around.
Yeah.
You do have the trap stacked high.
Yeah.
And so I think that also ties into what we just started with, which is we don't know when you're going out because it has to be safe.
It does.
Right?
Yeah.
So what factors are we considering when it comes to safety in lobster fishing?
So like two major factors really is what we're looking at is the wind.
Yes.
So what is the state of the ocean? Is it going to be really wavy and rocky? Because if that's the case, then we really can't be going.
Right.
As you can imagine, if you've got the traps stacked and you're doing a little bit of this, you don't want to worry about them falling over, knocking someone overboard, anything like that. Definitely a risk. So the weather is a big one. But then the number two is what is the state of the channels. And we have multiple harbors across the island who are all preparing to set. And some of them just aren't in great shape where there's just not a deep enough channel for the boats to get through safely. And yet again, imagine you have a boat full of traps and then you hit bottom with your boat and the traps can go lopsided and everywhere and whatnot. So those are the two main things that we're looking at whenever they're making the big call of like, okay, green light, red light, what's going on?
Okay. And the channels, like that's a Mother Nature thing, eh? Like it's just, it happens, they fill in.
They do.
We have to,
and
we have to clear
some
them.
channels every year need to be dredged.
Right.
Some of them are worse off than others. Last year we were in dire straits here in North Rustico.
Yes.
We had a really, really bad channel. This year is looking much better. We're really grateful for that. Not for really any reason. We didn't actually get dredged like we were promised.
Right.
But luckily Mother Nature was nice to us. And we had a really cold winter.
We did.
It got cold fast and early.
Was cold.
So in a way that really benefited us because we had a nice layer of ice, which helps compact things down.
Look at
where
that.
the year before we had a more mild winter.
This is why we need the 4 seasons.
We need them all.
We do need them all, even though I could skip winter every year.
Well, you know, we did get a little taste of it just a few days ago. We woke up to snow.
Snow on the car. What does winter look like for you, Julie Ann? Because obviously we're not fishing lobster in the winter.
Thank goodness. It's cold enough fishing lobster in May. I'm telling you.
I don't know how you do it.
The
My
amount
hands
of
be
layers
froze.
I have to put on.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's wild.
God bless.
But winter for me is a little different. Obviously not on the boat.
What?
The boats come up to shore.
Yes.
And they just chill for the winter, which is great. I mean, they go in and out of the shop for some maintenance, things like that too. But I'm not the captain and owner of the boat, so I'm not as responsible for that kind of stuff. I'm just on the outskirts of knowing what's happening because it's my father who owns the boat.
No way.
Fishing with daddy. And we'll have to tell you about that Lenny Glant song later.
Okay, sure.
That's a good one. And so for me, I love to travel.
Yes.
So I usually try to get a few trips in throughout the winter.
That sounds nice.
But I'm also a bit of a driven person, so I don't like to be still or stagnant for very long. So I do a lot of different contract work through the winter. I actually work with other local tourism operators.
Okay.
I work with some tourism associations as well. So I facilitate a lot of like roundtables and discussions amongst operators of, what can we do to make our seasons better? How do we advocate for ourselves with government and other associations? And what does that look like? So I get the opportunity to really be in the industry in a different way. I can wear my operator hat, but also take it off and put on my facilitator hat and kind of play both sides of it, which is really interesting. And then I do things that are like totally not tourism at all. Like
Tell me about that.
Yeah. A friend of mine is she's a conference planner based out of Calgary. We met when I lived out there. And she started contracting me to help her with different conferences. So like I spent a week in Montreal working on a national conference with her of like 1,300 people. And so it's really neat just to do different work like that too, because before I decided to be a lobster fisher, I was a corporate girly. So I get to bring back some of those skills and utilize them in the winter. Unfortunately, lobster fishing and even owning my tourism business, it's not enough revenue to keep me going for the whole year round. I don't get to just sit back.
Right. And that is a great
I think that's a
point.
really good misconception that people think that tourism operators just like work all summer and then that's it. They make enough money to make it through the year.
No, that is not really a thing. And, that was a topic that I had considered when I knew I was coming out to talk with you, because you do a lot. I do a lot too. And it's, there's many reasons why we do a lot, but certainly it is because life here on PEI is costly, right? We get so many benefits and it is a magical place to be. And it is worth the work it takes to be here. But like, do you think that is, this sort of the island grind of, make hay while there's sunshine, but then also you're working in the dark too? The sun comes up after I start my work day. Same.
For 2 of the months anyway. Yeah, you got that, girl. You know it.
But like, I think that maybe is a misconception about Prince Edward Island and that we all just shut down here in the winter and hibernate. And while we do some of that, we're still moving.
And we need to do some of that.
Yes.
I truly don't believe that anyone I actually posted about this on my Instagram and my LinkedIn the other day because it was National Tourism Week.
Yes.
And I was reflecting on it and I thought, what a gift it is to work in this industry.
It sure
and
is.
to like showcase our home to so many people who think it's like, this is the place they want to go spend their vacation dollars. Like amazing.
You don't have to tell us. We love it.
Yeah. We live here for a reason, many reasons. But the level of energy that it takes to show up day in and day out and host these people and be there for them and answer their questions and help them plan their itineraries and do all the things, it is magical and it's fulfilling.
Yes.
But if I had to do it year round, I would be so burned out.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't love it as much.
No.
So I truly don't think my goal is never to be a 4-season destination here.
No.
It's we do need our hunker down, hibernate, go explore other parts of the world because we can't go do that during our peak season because there is a little bit of, as you said, you've got to make hay when the sun shines and when it's peak and prime fishing time, we got to be out there and doing it. And we're happy to be. Yeah. But then with the flip side, it's so cool to be the tourist and get out and explore. And I put that tourism hat on and I can't help but my little mind starts going, oh, I would do this differently, or maybe I should give them feedback on that, or I really enjoyed that, and I want to make sure that they know, like, I can't turn.
We're so kind and caring. We want to tell you a few things, even though we're on vacation,
right?
Can't turn that part off, but it's true, and I think that ties it all together, right? Talking about the 4 seasons, we need them, right? We need the ice to compact those channels so the lobster boats can get out in the summer.
Yep.
We also need that ice to like compact and reset our nervous system so that we can be on those boats and be, well, not me, but you can be on that boat and be your best self, going into this next season, which I think is so great. Yeah. So we're celebrating lobster season. We're celebrating spring here. That's what's going on PEI.
Sunshine.
We're sitting in the sunshine. It is still sprinter, which is spring, winter, right? So, so the snow sometimes falls. So we are always thinking of our aquaculture professionals, but especially when they're out there and there's a bit of weather in that early fishing season. Yeah. But Julie Ann, let's put all that aside. What I want to really know about now is like, what is going on for you, like personally this time of year? Like, what's your favorite thing to do in the spring other than fish lobster?
Well, I love when all the trails start drying up.
Yes.
And you can get out. There's so many beautiful trails in PEI. I really had no idea until I moved back. And when was that? 2018? Gosh, where does the time go? But I wasn't really much into hiking whenever I lived here before. And then when I came back, I was like avid hiker, and I was like, oh my gosh, like look at all the opportunities and all the different trails that are out there right now. So it's really fun because you're starting to see, I find even if I'm just like going for a walk around Charlottetown, I'm noticing like these little buds and flowers starting to like pop up.
I noticed yesterday.
Like, oh my gosh, it makes me so happy.
Yes.
I'm starting to see the tulips come up in my garden right now. And it's just like an awakening.
It is an awakening.
So like normally right now what I'm doing is like wrapping up some of the contract work that I was just talking about. But this spring we're actually coming on the end of a big renovation that we've been doing as well. So that has taken up a whole lot of my
You're a professional contractor now.
I tell you, like I put on clean clothes for you today, but typically I'm covered in mud and paint and drywall dust. And it's been a really cool experience for me though, because I'm doing things that I've never done before.
I love that.
And I'm working with my hands and my body, which is like very similar to lobster fishing too, right? Whenever I started lobster fishing, I was like, whoa, like I've only ever worked like basically sitting behind a computer.
It's different.
And it's such a different way of life, a different way of earning a living. And it's been really, really fun doing that renovation too. So what we're renovating is the house that my dad grew up in.
Oh, wow.
So my great-grandparents lived there, and then my grandparents lived there and raised their family. And I'm lucky enough to be the chosen one, who will be keeping that house in the family for the next however long.
And this is like the same side of the family that the lobster fishing is in. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's which is a very generational thing. We haven't really talked about that, but lobster fishing and farming, all of it, those agriculture and aquaculture industries on PEI are very ingrained in who you are, right? You grow up in it. Yeah. What was lobster fishing like for you as like a little girl versus now?
A night and day. Night and day. I had no interest.
Zero. You're like, Dad, you're lame.
Interest. Dad's like, let's go fishing. And I'm like,
no thanks.
Are you kidding me? So the only time I probably went lobster fishing when I was a kid was, here we come back to Lenny Glant.
Okay.
I was in grade 3.
Uh-huh.
My brother would have been in grade 5. And Lenny Glant is my dad's first cousin.
Shut up.
Because it's PEI.
Of course. We love Lenny.
He called Dad and was like, so CBC wants me to write a song for like, when Sesame Street was on and there was those like commercials that were like a local something or other. So they wanted him to write a song for that.
Okay, right? Cool.
So he wrote a song called Fishing with Daddy.
Stop.
Yeah.
And that's so about cute. You?
It's about me and my brother. Yeah. Daddy, Julie Ann, and Jamie. That's one of the lines of the song. We can link it in the show notes.
Oh, we will be linking.
I have it on YouTube. So
okay.
Amazing. It's adorable. I'm so cute.
Of course. Duh.
And yeah, so we got up so that we had a film crew from CBC coming out fishing.
So that's
with
pretty
us.
cool.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, Dad, maybe you're not as...
paid $50.
You got paid $50?
$50.
Back then? That's a number of years ago.
I was like, I'm good. I can retire.
I've made it.
I've made it. I am it. I'm it.
And you're like, maybe I need to reconsider this whole fishing thing.
No, it didn't even cross my mind.
No, it took a long time.
It took a long time, but it was a really cool experience. So that's like, but my mom said like her memory of me from that morning, because like Dad came down early to like with Jamie, because Jamie was always wanted to be on the boat.
Okay.
He's actually now, I think this will be his 18th year of having his own fishing gear.
Okay.
So he fished alongside Dad for a long time, but then was like, well, Dad's not going to retire anytime soon. And I want to do it my way.
On his own.
And on my own. So they've been fishing side by side for the last 18 years.
That's pretty
which is
cool
really
too.
special.
Yeah.
And so they came down early, got the boat ready, and then Mom took me down when it was like time for my appearance, right?
The star power.
Yes.
Yes. She was waiting in the green room. Her rider included many essential things,
right?
raspberry
Probably
cordial.
Some really good snacks. And but Mom said I was just like, it is so beautiful.
Yeah.
Look at how beautiful it is. Like I couldn't get
You weren't up that early before.
I was never up that early before. So I just couldn't wrap my head around it. And honestly, like if you follow me on Instagram, you would know that still is my favorite part of lobster fishing. Like if there is a beautiful sunrise to be captured.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dad, but I'm stopping and I'm taking a picture of the video because the people need to see it.
And you do need to see it, right? And if you're watching this and you've never gone out for setting day to wave the fishers off, it's really fun. You do have to get up before the sun's up, but it is magical, especially when the sunrise is beautiful. Last year on setting day, the sunrise was gorgeous.
It was gorgeous.
For spring setting day. And then if you're seeing this and like, it's already over, well, maybe you can get up for fall setting day too, right? We have two.
There's another chance.
We have 2 lobster fishing seasons here on PEI, if you didn't know. So, you know, I think that's great. I think that's a really lovely story too, Julie
it's
Ann.
really nice.
It is different now.
But then it took me this is my 4th year fishing lobster and I'm 41. So you do the math.
Yeah.
Late 30s. I'm like,
years.
let's try this again. Let's give this a go.
And it stuck this time.
Yeah.
Around.
Well, I was like, so with the contract work that I do in the winter, and I was feeling a little like, how do I like close this gap of like not feeling like I'm hustling and like just barely making ends meet and all that kind of stuff, right? Because I was like, I'm working really hard, but something's not adding up. And I was like, and I was owning Joey's Fishing already.
Right.
Because that came first.
Yes.
That started in 2019 when Jamie and I bought the business from Dad. And I didn't really understand the way of the water and the boats and all that kind of stuff. So lobster kind of came twofold for me. It was like another way to have like a steady income for those couple of months. But then also it was a bit of street cred for me. Or sea cred?
Yeah.
Would it be sea cred?
Yeah, sea cred. I like it. You got the sea cred, Julie Ann.
And so it kind of worked out good. I was already like, I was doing a lot of coaching at that time because I was doing some leadership coaching for a while. And it turned out that I just blocked off all my Mondays in 2022 in the spring season. And I went on my brother's boat 1 day a week just to see what's it like, what actually happens out there, whatever. And then I was like, okay, yeah, let's make a go of this. So then in 2023, I joined his crew full time and worked the full season. And then I moved over to my dad's boat in 2024, 25, and now going into 26.
Okay.
So,
so you gave it a sort of a trial run.
I was very fortunate to be able to do that because like, honestly, I don't understand people who've never done it before who say yes. They don't really know.
Good day.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Catherine McLean, and this is Frothy Coffee in North Rustico at Seawalk Park Boutiques. We are now open for the season on the weekends. For our most up-to-date hours, check out our social media. Our Instagram handle is @FrothyCoffeeBar.
I am Julie Ann with Joey's Fishing, and I'm excited to say that we are now accepting bookings for the 2026 season. We'll be working on a reduced schedule in June as we finish the commercial lobster fishing, and then we will be opening July 3rd for the season with 3 trips daily. You can find us on Instagram or Facebook at Joey's Fishing PEI, or book directly online at joeysfishing.com.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Good. Out for a walk?
We're just filming a little video.
Yeah. About setting day and Julie Ann and Lobster and PEI and. It is the best, right? How blessed are we? Thank you very much.
Very on brand, right?
We love an outfit.
Yeah.
You too. No, that's great. Good. I love it. Interrupt anytime.
Yeah. A little B-roll for you.
Maybe it's staying in. I don't know. You'll find out. Okay, so we were talking about you tested it out.
Yeah, I tested it out, and then I said, sure.
So what'd you find out? Because this is what I'm curious about, right? And Julie and I are friends, okay? Transparency here. We'll text sometimes back and forth, especially when you are out fishing.
Yeah.
Because I'm up early, you're up early.
I'm like, play me a good song.
Right, play me a good song. So what it goes on at a boat anyways? What do you do?
What do we do?
Do you just stare at each other like?
It's a lot of teamwork. So myself and the other mate will show up at the wharf around 5 o'clock, and we get everything set up, the bait out, ready to go for the day. And then Dad comes shortly after, and he'll come on, get his gear ready, kind of like make sure we listened to him the day before when he told us what bait to get ready. And then his good buddy, Dougie, he docks right behind us. Yes. And they always have to have their little morning chat. We call it their morning therapy session. So they check in with each other. Good. We fish kind of distantly from him, so we don't see him out on the water. So they like to have a little chat before we go.
Okay.
And then usually 5:30 or so, we're untying the boat and heading out. And then we have 300 traps to haul. So
that's it.
Yeah, just 300. So they're in bunches of 6.
Yeah.
So we have 50 bunches to get through. And we just start picking off, and Dad decides how we want to go. Like typically they're kind of in little clusters in like whatever areas, depending on what part of the season we're in and how we've been fishing. But we just get to it. So Dad will sail up to the first buoy. I'll gaff it. So that's like a big long stick that you like use to get the buoy out of the water.
The technical term is big long stick.
Big long stick. And pull that into the hauler, get the 6 traps on board. So then we're taking the lobsters out, checking them for eggs, for spawn. Any that I have them obviously go back into the ocean. Then we measure anything that's short goes back in. Otherwise, we're separating them by canners and markets.
Okay.
And then once we've taken the lobster out, we put fresh bait in. And then depending on whether or not that was a good haul, Joey decides, are we going to put it back where it was or are we going to move it?
Move it. Okay.
Yeah. So we do that 50 times a day.
That's it.
We usually get about halfway through and then we stop for tea. Tea time is very important on the Julie Ann.
Tell me all about tea time. This is what give us the tea on tea time.
The tea on tea time.
Do you share all your goss? What's going on at the harbor?
We eat. Very important. So we do have like a little stove down below.
Okay.
And so Dad will be like, he'll usually say, turn the kettle on, cutie.
Stop.
And because then we'll turn the kettle on and let the water boil while we finish a few more bunches. And then sometimes we also have like a little toaster oven down there. So especially the beginning of the season when it's really cold, it's nice to have a warm lunch.
Yes.
So we might have like our sandwiches or subs or something like that. We'll throw them in the toaster oven and heat those up too.
Cute.
Very, very refined culinary out here.
It is Canada's food island.
And it's true. So then we'll stop and we'll just, everything stops. We all go in, sit in the cabin, and we'll have our tea and our lunch. And Dad will call Dougie again.
Of course.
They have to do
How's it going, Dougie?
They got to do their tea time check-in, see how things are going. And he might check in with a couple other people too. Okay. And then after we're done, we get back at her and haul the rest.
And like, how long typically are you out on the water? Is it changing every day depending on what's going on?
Yeah, roughly between like 7 to 9 hours probably.
That's a long time.
It's a long day. Yeah, there's a lot to get done. Some days really long if the lobsters if we're just not finding them and we've got to move a lot of the gear around.
Yeah.
Like obviously if you're just hauling and setting, so you haul it up and set it back, same spot.
Yeah.
Things can move pretty quickly. But if you're moving things around, you're scratching your head on like where to move them around to, what's going on, any of that kind of stuff, then that can lengthen the days for sure. Also, if it's a little bit of a rougher day out there, that can slow things down a bit because you're really being extra cautious. You really do have to be careful it's a dangerous job.
Absolutely. It is a dangerous job. And we are grateful that you do it so we can have those big scoffs of lobster. I can't wait. Mother's Day is right around the corner. That's
usually a big one.
Yeah. So we've covered a lot here, Julie Ann. We've covered the lobster. We've covered, what life was like as a young girl in North Rustico.
Little Julie Ann.
Kind of like your personal life and everything that's going on there. And I think we need to just talk quickly also because it's pretty important. And if you've never been out, you need to add it to your PEI summer bucket list. But tell us about Joey's Deep Sea Fishing.
Yes. A whole other part of my life. So Joey's Fishing is a business that my dad started. Joey. He started back in 1978.
Wow.
So it was like before he had kids. That was his first baby.
Wow.
I like to say. And God bless him. Like it was such a different way of life than being a tourism operator. Like there was no marketing. We weren't advertising.
No.
He would sit in his shanty and like wait for people to just pull in and be like, what's going on here? And he'd be like, well, I'll take you out fishing. That's what's going on. And then he would.
That kind of sounds
great. So he would be the one like sitting in the building waiting for people to come. He'd be taking the people out, like all the things, right? Like I don't even know how he did it. I'm grateful that he did.
It was a different pace.
So in 2019, again, this is kind of, I had left PEI for 10 years and came back.
Yeah.
And I had been back for a little over a year and I just wasn't feeling quite settled. Wasn't really sure, like,
I get that.
Where do I fit?
It's hard. Transition is hard.
What is my life here? What's it going to be? And so the deal was always that Jamie was going to take over.
Okay.
The Joey's Fishing. But I just put it out to him one day. I was like, what if I did it with you? What would that look like? And he was like, that sounds good. So we did.
So you did.
And I was able, it's like actually like such a beautiful pairing of my business background and his fishing knowledge to be able to bring those two things together and like really elevate the business as well. So like we've been able to do different things with the marketing, pull ourselves into online booking, like all those different types of things that our consumers are looking for without losing the authenticity, the root of it all, right? Because that was the worry of like you put in too much technology and you lose the personal touch. So we've been really cautious about like how do we navigate that, and I think we've done a really good job of it.
I would say you have.
And growing the business. So it's really cool. Like the wharf where we are located at the new bridge,
bridge in Rustico,
the new bridge. We're not sure what to call it now because there's another new bridge,
right?
So
you might have to get creative. I don't think you will. I think it might just stick with new.
The new bridge. But I mean, my family has been on that land for generations. Yeah. So my great grandfather, that bridge before it was the new bridge was a drawbridge.
Oh, wow.
The ships would come all the way into New Glasgow.
Cool.
To bring supplies, coal, whatever, right? As they did.
As they did.
And my great grandfather was the operator of that drawbridge.
What?
Yeah.
Julie Ann, you're so cool.
Deep roots, man.
I love the PEI lore.
Yeah.
So you run Joey's Deep Sea Fishing. Like, when do you start? Like, when does that start?
People are eager. People are here.
They want out now.
And earlier. They want to go now.
Because see the lobsters.
But we typically start doing a few afternoon trips a week in June.
Okay.
So we're still lobster fishing at that time. So like when we come in from lobster fishing, we take all the lobster stuff off the boat.
Wow.
Put the deep sea fishing stuff on the boat. And then we have a fresh crew who doesn't fish lobster.
Okay. I was going to say.
I know, but Dad used to.
Really?
Like, God love him.
Yeah.
And they'll take the people out and do a deep sea fishing tour and then come back in and then we'll flip the boat back over again. And so we'll do a few through June. Like we try not to go too crazy, but we also know that people are here and they want to do it. So give the people what they want.
That's what I'm saying.
And then we go full tilt. We typically will open like July 3rd. So Canada Day is very, very important to us here.
In Rustico.
Especially in Rustico.
In North Rustico, yes.
So I am not working that day. I'm not asking my staff to work that day.
She's out with the people.
We're having fun, right? Like we've just finished up our lobster season.
Yes.
And we need a little bit of a reset
Absolutely.
to get back and ready to do it. So we typically open on July 3rd. Okay. And that'll be for 3 trips a day, 7 days a week.
Until the end of August.
Until roughly Labor Day-ish. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we still do some charters, some private charters through the first couple weeks of September, as long as the weather holds.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah, it's a pretty full tilt.
Yeah,
little
it
gig.
is. Julie Ann, you're the first guest on what's going on. What an honor for me.
I feel very special.
You are special. I need to mention that you also do some storytelling. You have a podcast.
I do.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah. I feel like it was something that I've been thinking about for a while.
Okay.
I used to have a podcast.
Oh, okay.
With a friend of mine.
Yeah.
We did it. It was kind of like a labor of love through COVID, which also feels like a million years ago. And it was really about like self-care for entrepreneurs because her and I were both navigating this like self-employed lifestyle, not really sure how to take care of ourselves and what that looked like. And we were having a lot of conversations about it. So we opened it up and had conversations through a microphone.
Cool.
And I really enjoyed it. But we kind of like fizzled that out and I was missing it. I was like, I like to talk.
Yeah.
If you can't tell.
What?
I kind of do it for a living.
No way.
Long, right? So, and I thought, every time I talk to someone and tell them a little bit about my story, they seem really, really intrigued. So I'm like, I'm going to take that as an invitation to start something. And so I started a podcast called Tides of Change.
Okay.
And really, it is just me, almost like an open diary, navigating the ups and downs of what it's like to be a seasonal operator, to be a woman in her early 40s, to be navigating this life that we're in. And I just like to be really raw and open and vulnerable about it. And I talk about lots of different things from so I kicked it off in December. I think I've got like 13 or 14 episodes right now at our time of recording this. Drop it every 2 weeks and just talk about what's going on in my life then. And I think it's really fun. Like, I think for me, it's just really like therapeutic.
Yeah. Right.
Even just to like talk out loud.
I love talking out loud about everything that I'm feeling.
Right.
Let me just like unpack this out loud right now.
And I've just been really enjoying it. So yeah, it's a fun way just to share a little glimpse into that part of life that people just don't really understand because they just see the surface level. Right.
That's incredible. I'm so happy for you, Julie Ann. You had so much going on. I think we need to talk about one more thing that's going on here on PEI. What's going on this summer?
What's going on?
Is this summer will be different.
It will be very different.
By Carly Fortune. Okay, so if you don't know, this is a novel. Carly Fortune's an author, and
she's so amazing. Read all her books, please. And we specifically love This Summer Will Be Different because it's about Prince Edward Island, right? Well, it's set in Prince Edward Island. Yeah. Julie Ann and I talked about it a couple seasons ago when it first came out, so 2 summers ago. And that video did pretty well on the socials. And then Carly Fortune reposted it at the time. And then she recently reposted because they announced Netflix is coming to PEI and they are making a TV series about This Summer Will Be Different, based on This Summer Will Be Different. So cool.
And Julie Ann, I just think you and I need to be in it.
Can this please be our audition?
Hello?
Like, hi.
Carly, are you watching?
Authentic PEI girls right here.
Right here. We have our lobster sweaters
we'll chase
on.
after Felix any day.
Any day, right?
But honestly, like, I would love to be an extra.
I would love to be in it in any way, shape, or form. I think I could be. I picture myself, Julie, maybe you can think about this while I'm talking, but I picture myself as, maybe one of those sort of reoccurring small roles. Like maybe I work at a bait shop or a bookstore or a gift shop. And I'm kind of that little thing that just pops up here and there, a little funny antidote or something, right?
Done. And I'm manifesting this for you.
I mean, Julie Ann, you could do anything because you do everything. So I'm not sure. You could just be yourself as a lobster fisher, right? Or Joey's deep sea fishing. Maybe there's an episode where they go out deep sea fishing. Stop it.
Carly, we got to talk.
And then I'm also just there because it's PEI so small. So it's like, the gift shop owner's also here.
Of course she's here.
She's everywhere. But I think that's fun. And I think that also speaks to how famous PEI is.
Yes.
Because we are kind of famous, even if this is maybe your first time hearing about us. But we have lots of folks from all around the world that come and visit us, specifically during the summer because that is, the weather arguably is the best then. Fall is really nice too.
It is. Fall colors.
Fall flavors.
So much to do.
Festivals. It's
honestly.
Great. It is great. But I think PEI is so charming. It is so beautiful. It is so famous. It really speaks that someone wrote, there's multiple books, obviously Anna Green Gables. But
what? Never heard of her.
Anne? It
was Anne.
But I think it's cool that Netflix is coming to film a specific series, on a novel based on PEI.
It's
right?
really neat to see how many layers there can be to showcasing this amazing place that we get to live in.
Absolutely.
Right? Like we already get to do so many people. Yes, we have so many visitors, I can't even count them.
No.
That come. But imagine being able to experience PEI from the comfort of your own home through your favorite streaming service.
Right.
Right?
And with an E, or the summer will be different.
Come on. It's going to be amazing.
It's amazing. I love PEI. Okay, before I let you go, Julie Ann, I just thought I might end every episode with your best PEI directions, because we kind of are infamous for the way we tell people to get around here. We use landmarks that no longer exist. For instance,
Really
the
good.
Purple House is not purple anymore, but we still try to use it.
We confuse everyone.
We
who
confuse
visits.
everyone. So maybe you can give me your best PEI directions to Joey's deep sea fishing, because obviously everyone's going there this summer to go deep sea
True.
fishing from, let's just say, Charlottetown.
Okay. Well, let's see. So you're coming from Charlottetown.
Yeah,
There's a couple of different ways you could go.
there are.
There are a couple
10
different
minutes that way,
ways.
10 minutes.
It's about the same no matter what you want to do. But the most direct route, I would say, is you're going to come out. Let's come out the lower road.
Okay.
Coming down from Charlottetown.
Sure.
Come down the lower road.
Clear as mud.
Yeah, clear as mud. And then you're going to turn onto the highway.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the
You're going
highway.
to take a brief stint onto the highway and you're going to turn right at the lights.
Uh-huh.
And then you're just going to follow that road. You're going to go through OBB. the OBB.
The OBB.
OBB, the big roundabout in OBB.
Yeah, the oyster
going
bed
straight.
bridge for those who don't
Oyster
speak
bed bridge.
PEI.
You're going to go by the new Blue Mussel.
Yes, the new Blue Mussel.
Check
Correct.
it out. It's looking pretty swanky.
It is.
I'm pretty excited to try that
Yes,
out.
same.
And you're going to go through South Rustico.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to take a little veer right down around Pools Corner. And as you come down the hill right to the new bridge, there we are.
There you
right
are.
There.
Right there.
At the new bridge.
At the new bridge. Wow.
Can't miss us.
Incredible. Okay, Julia, name all the things that people need to check out of yours right now before you go. Plug it all.
All my things.
All your
oh
things.
My gosh. Well, I spend most of my time on Instagram. That's where
true.
I share it all. I like to just keep it all on one account to keep it easy for me and easy for you. Julianne.Gauthier on Instagram.
Okay.
Tides of Change. I'm on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And joeysfishing.com is where you can find us for any deep sea fishing experiences.
Experiences. That's the
I was
one.
like, what am I trying to say? She's sweet tired.
You are doing so good. I wish you the best success and
Thank
safest
you.
fishing season ahead. Come back to the show anytime.
I would
It's been a
love
pleasure
that.
to have
Yes.
you. I love you.
Love you too. Thank you.
Thank you.